Wirklich, alles war voll mit Lebensmittelfarbe, noch mehr Chemie rein. Digga, einfach nur pumpen, ey, es war so krank. Das also wirklich, was da so in den 90ern, Anfang der 2000er bei rumkam, war wirklich Wahnsinn. Weiter geht's. So.
It's hard to believe the last Shrek movie came out well over a decade
Spekulatius, Dankeschön für deinen 6. Monat Prime. Halbes Jahr, Kuss.
ago.
2010 ist schon wieder her, ne, mit Shrek, ey, krass. Aber wir kriegen ja dieses oder nächstes Jahr einen neuen Shrek. Er kommt ja. Far, far away.
This iconic saga of films has avoided becoming some estranged, faded memory of the 2000s and actually managed to stay culturally relevant
Mach den Brüller!
later. What kept it going? Was it the endless memes, the spin-offs? Was it Al Pacino's phone case at a dinner party?
Das ist sein Phone Case, Alter.
It was a gift. It was a gift from my daughter.
Whatever the reason, it's clear that something about the franchise resonates with us on a deep cultural level. So much so that the Library of Congress actually inducted the first Shrek film into the National Film Registry, an honor reserved only for films that prove to have a, quote, historical, cultural, or aesthetic significance. And in a lot of ways, it was rightly earned. Shrek was a
Ersten zwei Shreks sind schon wirklich Legenden, ne? Die ersten zwei, 3 und 4, aber die ersten 2 sind schon wirklich Legenden.
clever satirical jab at the last 60 years of fairy tale style animation,
Der Muffin, Mann!
with a general appeal that managed to charm audiences young and old. That's what ultimately made the movie an instant classic, a smash hit. Little did we know that DreamWorks would leverage this position with one of the most obnoxiously aggressive marketing campaigns of the last 50 years. For over a decade, DreamWorks would put Shrek on almost every product imaginable, and one way or another, we eventually all got in. By Shrek 3, it was practically a part of everyday life. One day we all just rubbed our eyes and realized we were bathing with Shrek-Shampoo and green ketchup. And it wasn't even
Doch, bei uns gab es ein Produkt.
our fault. As part of their marketing efforts, DreamWorks had made it their sole
Bei uns gab es den Ogerlunch.
initiative to have a tie-in product with almost every major brand on the planet.
Ey, Shrek hatte wirklich richtig viel Merch, aber tatsächlich nicht bei uns.
Virtually unavoidable. And depending on where you were in the world, those product tie-ins could get very, very weird. So today, we're taking a break from the deep dives to look at some of the weirdest Shrek-themed products that DreamWorks ever licensed. Some good, some bad, and some deadly for some reason. And unsurprisingly, many of those products were snacks, primarily targeted towards children. In a lot of ways, the 2000s kind of felt like an Area 51-style testing grounds for children's food products.
Das ist wirklich so. Ey, das war so geil. Wir hatten so viel Schwachsinn.
You had a lot of shameless use of artificial coloring, 14
Ja, wirklich, alles war voll mit Lebensmittelfarbe, noch mehr Chemie rein. Digga, einfach nur pumpen, ey, es war so krank. Das also wirklich, was da so in den 90ern, Anfang der 2000er bei rumkam, war wirklich Wahnsinn.
syllable ingredients, Dunkables, Dippables, whatever this is, and a whole
Nickelodeon hatte da auch einen großen Teil zu beigetragen.
lot of other offenses. And it's not to say that these foods aren't still prevalent today, but we're talking about a time when a much larger portion of parents were less concerned with nutrition and more concerned with getting kids to just shut up and eat. And this
Ja, Mann.
kind of ignorance gave companies a lot more room for experimentation. Now, when it came to Shrek-themed food products, that was no exception.
Der grüne Ketchup, Alter.
Somebody once told me the word.
In 2000, Heinz took a look at a chart and realized that roughly half of ketchup consumers were children. And since it takes a grown-up to realize that ketchup is a C-tier sauce at best, they inevitably tried to find more ways to appeal to kids. In their efforts,
Diese Riesenflasche auch.
Heinz pushed their R&D department to the forefront of ketchup technology, re-engineering their formula to produce an artificially colored ketchup in a myriad of different colors. And it just so happened that a year later, the first Shrek movie came out. So, Heinz performed the intellectual equivalent of banging two rocks together and marketed their green ketchup as Shrek-Ketchup.
Irre. Easy squirt.
ShrekUp. And for those of us old
Shrek up.
to remember, Heinz colored ketchup was a total hit, making quite a respectable 6-year run from 2000 to 2006. Unfortunately, toward the end of the product's life cycle, parents were starting to get a little suspicious about the product's ingredients. And rightfully so. Turns out Heinz had chemically re-engineered their ketchup to the point where they legally could not call the product tomato ketchup. Maybe in hindsight, releasing mystery color wasn't such a good idea.
Passion Pink, Awesome Orange, Totally Teal. Was, Alter? Das ist ja komplett außer Rand und Band. Was? Das ist ja ekelhaft.
Apparently, TV dinners aren't so depressing when you're a kid, which is probably why Kid Cuisine was so popular. Just by looking at the boxes, Kid Cuisine appears to hold the record
Das haben wir gar nicht in Deutschland oder in Europa, ne? Ich habe das noch nie gesehen.
for having the highest amount of unidentifiable substances in its frozen meals, which is a record no food product should ever have. And apparently,
Was?
the Shrek-themed dinners were no exception. Originally advertised for Shrek 2, these meals included Shrek-shaped nuggets, Shrek-shaped
Geil.
mac and cheese,
Geil.
and the ever-infamous swamp pudding, which advertised the ability to turn your tongue green. This
Damit hat man uns immer gekriegt, oder? Es färbt die Zunge grün. Geil.
marketing gimmick would go on to be mimicked by countless other products throughout the decade, and in my opinion, really exhausted itself by the time we got to Shrek Cheetos. Later on in 2010, Kid Cuisine would bring back the tie-in to promote Shrek Forever After, this time with a contest. That's right, if you were one of the lucky few to pull the coveted green tray from specially marked packages, you were granted the chance to win a trip to Universal Studios to meet Shrek.
Oh
who,
yeah.
at least for a time,
Da war ich sogar. Ach Gott, wie gruselig der Esel da aussieht. Ich war tatsächlich in dem Shrek-Teil. Da gibt's ja so ein Shrek 3D-Kino.
was still kind of a work in progress. So what's Kid Cuisine up to today? Any new products?
Moment, das war der
in
Shrek
progress.
damals. Einfach Markus Maria Profitlich in grün.
So what's Kid Cuisine up to today? Any new products? Exciting new partnerships? Nope. From one look at their website, it barely looks like their menus changed. In fact, the company's never even made an effort to branch out with their meal items or provide healthier alternatives.
Frozen mit so Alter.
But can we really expect much from a company that once advertised color-changing dessert as an attractive selling point?
Das ist so ekelhaft alles.
I don't think so. For the entirety of the decade, Shrek's main marketing ploy was green-colored everything. Green ketchup, green tongues, green popcorn, green cream.
Aber das gab's ja zu Ghostbusters 2016 nochmal. Twinkies mit Limone gab's 2016 nochmal. Mit der grünen Füllung. Habe ich sogar gegessen, hat furchtbar geschmeckt.
Kind of gotten out of
Ja,
hand.
habe ich mir damals tatsächlich importiert, weil ich wollte unbedingt eine Packung Ghostbusters Twinkies haben.
When it came to this marketing tactic, no other product curdles the tongue more than Nesquik's limited edition swamp
Ach, Nestle.
flavored syrup. And no, that's not a joke. This Spanish label directly translates to swamp flavor, but apparently the actual taste was more akin to sour apple. From what I can tell, this product was widely sold throughout South America and Europe, but all I could
Aber nicht bei uns.
find were Eastern European commercials from 2004.
Alter.
So if you've ever wanted to hear a Hungarian voice actor literally moaning for swamp milk, well, look no further. As much as I want to hate
Ey, Nestle einfach dafür bekannt, gute Sachen zu machen. Shoutouts.
this product, I very well may be in the minority, as it appears as though a petition has been created to actually bring this stuff back. Oh. And they're like super close to reaching their goal, so if any of you want to be the change you wish to see in the world, I've gone ahead and linked the petition down below. That's it. Shrek Twinkies, or Shrinkies, were a Hostess tie-in product that was released exclusively for Shrek 2 and Shrek Forever After, boasting the same great Twinkie taste but with a Shrek-colored cream filling.
Golden Sponge Cake with Creamy Filling. Aber steht drin, was der Geschmack war?
This is just another product in a long line of
Okay, war einfach dann also einfach die gleiche Creme, oder was?
Shrek-themed foods that oddly appears to contain some sort of preserved
Pesto Mayo, aber Pesto Mayo finde ich eigentlich ansprechend.
Shrek essence. And it
Mint Overload. Geil, mit Arrow. Oh, Arrow ist richtig nice. Das ist Luftschokolade.
is a trend I am all too glad has come and gone. And it seems I'm not alone in thinking this. In a presentation to the United States Senate, Senator Tom Harkin of Iowa also voices his distaste for Shrek Twinkies in what may be one of the funniest 2 minutes in American politics.
Many, as I said, advertisements for junk foods
Where's the auger filling?
use characters popular with children. Here's Shrek advertising Twinkies. I kind of like Shrek. And now using Shrek to poison our kids. Twinkies. Green Twinkies with a green filling in them. Nutritional value, 0. Shrek now becomes a bad guy. Kids
Armer Shrek, Alter. Da ist der Cancel-Skandal, nach dem gerade gefragt wurde. Da wurde Shrek gecancelt.
Shrek and they like Shrek. They saw the movie. Shrek has a powerful appeal to kids' minds. I kind of like Shrek.
In order to promote Shrek 4 in 2010, McDonald's would offer Shrek-themed drinking glasses for $2 a piece alongside any order. The glasses featured all the characters we knew and loved. One for Donkey, Fiona, Shrek, and Puss in Boots.
Wir lieben Puss in Boots.
And strangely enough, this glass, yes, this specific glass, ended up costing McDonald's millions. Turns out,
What?
some of the designs on the glasses contained high traces of cadmium, a chemical that, in high enough concentration, is
Cat wegen Katze?
basically poison. And thanks to an overly informative article covering the controversy, I now know way too much about cadmium. Essentially, this chemical is commonly used as a pigment for coloring glassware, and is pivotal in producing the colors orange and yellow. This is where Puss in Boots comes in. Since the color of the character was primarily orange, the cup would end up wildly exceeding the FDA's pre-approved limit for cadmium. So McDonald's took the proactive approach and recalled every single glass. In an effort to round up as many as possible, the company offered to buy back customers' glasses for $3 each, and since they were originally sold for $2, consumers could actually turn a profit. Of course, McDonald's would lose money in the process, but as far as they were concerned, it was a much better option than a class action lawsuit. In the end, the company ended up recalling over 12 million cups, losing millions of dollars in the process. Considering the events, some might actually applaud McDonald's for their proactive response, but don't be fooled. This is the same company that got excited about putting cartoon ears on minimum wage workers, and it does not get more evil than that. It seems like when it comes to Shrek marketing flops, no other sequel had it worse than Shrek Forever After. Along with the glassware scare, the film also received backlash when DreamWorks greenlit a promotional partnership with a men's fashion magazine. Vman, the publication in question, decided to use Shrek's creative license by superimposing the film's characters into racy photo shoots alongside suggestively clothed models. Resulting in one of the most tasteless and awkward marketing campaigns
Ey, das ist ja wirklich komplett dumm, Alter.
I have ever seen. I mean, look at this. Not even Shrek wants to be there. Of course, Vman's attempts to market the movie to adults fell on deaf ears.
Was ein Schwachsinn, Alter. Das ist ja wirklich komplett blöd, Alter.
And DreamWorks issued a public statement regretting the partnership.
Wir haben's bereut. Haben's einfach bereut.
The first honorable mention in the world of Shrek-themed marketing goes to Vidalia onions. In this day and age, there really aren't many clever ways to increase the sale
Die haben grüne Zwiebeln gemacht, oder was?
of onions. There's really not much to them. But Vidalia got creative and partnered with DreamWorks in 2010 to promote just that. Onions.
Wegen Zwiebeln. Zwiebeln haben Schichten. Wie Oger. Irre.
By God, it worked. Turns out an easy way to increase sales by over 30% is to stick a cardboard cutout of Shrek in front of your product. And that's exactly what Vidalia did.
Genial. Das könnte vom Gönnt sein, oder? Wahnsinn. Habe ich nur Respekt vor.
Seems like as long as Shrek was on the cover, kids were interested, and sales of Vidalia onions inevitably skyrocketed. Is this kind of a testament to the manipulative marketing power of child mascots? Probably, but at least in this case it wasn't Twinkies.
Hey, hey, hey. Wir lieben Twinkies.
Throughout Shrek's 10-year marketing run, McDonald's would produce countless Happy Meals, toys, and specialty menu items to promote Shrek movies. But no item came close to being as weird as the Shrek Ravioli dippers.
Eeeeee.
Exclusively sold in Australia, this pasta
So ein Marketing sollte verboten werden. Warum? Es geht doch nur um Zwiebeln, Digga. Ich habe heute Morgen ein Video gesehen nach dem Aufstehen von Marvin, den wir auch schon ein paar Mal hier geguckt haben, wo es darum geht, dass Kinder inzwischen haufenweise Lachgas konsumieren und das ganz normal in Spätis kaufen können. In so großen Flaschen, dass das Miracle Whip heißt und dass man das einfach kaufen kann. Ich dachte, das ist eine Szene aus fucking Black Mirror, Alter. Ich habe noch nie davon gehört. Das ist richtig krank, Alter.
menu item was served as a limited-time meal to promote Shrek the Third. Of course, the reason it comes across as so bizarre is because it bears absolutely no resemblance to any specific food at all.
Das macht gar keinen Sinn.
I mean, the Shrek-shaped ravioli barely looks like pasta, and for some reason it's meant to be eaten with tongs? This Shrek Boyardee is just another of McDonald's numerous attempts at trying to put pasta on the menu, which is something they literally can't stop trying for some reason. As
Wir finden täglich im Kino leere Gasflaschen, Diggi.
I'll just stick with my Shrek shaken fries, thanks. In 2004, NASCAR legends Tony Stewart and Bobby Labonte would make DreamWorks history when they sported custom Shrek 2 liveries on their cars in
Genial.
2004. And while these paint schemes made impressive display pieces in die-cast form, nothing came quite as close to the legendary collectability of the action figures.
Alter. Nee. Bei Action McFarlane, Alter?
That's right, these were actually made for some reason, and to this day the target demographic
Das rechts habe ich. Das habe ich mir im Kuschelmuschel gekauft. Das in der lilanen Box.
eludes me. But in a sport where sponsorships are practically ingrained into the lifeblood of the
Den Film liebe ich.
sport itself, it doesn't surprise me that people bought these things. I mean, this is the same organization that sold an entire night of racing to a children's movie.
TNT Sports presents the SpongeBob SquarePants Movie 300.
I think we can all agree that when it came to movie marketing, Shrek was an absolute force that was rivaled by very few films in terms of sheer marketing power. To this day, the level of cultural virality that the franchise still maintains is actually quite impressive, considering the last movie came out over a decade ago. And now, with rumors of a fifth Shrek installment finally in the works, there won't be much we can do when advertisers once again start seeing green.
Ich freue mich so auf den Tag, wo dieser Trailer kommt, Alter.
Welt seid mir gegrüßt! Welche anzüglichen Fotos verschicken Lego-Männchen von sich? Brickpics. Da waren irgendwelche Typen, die haben einfach nur Fortnite vor der Kamera gespielt, ein bisschen Energy-Drinks gesoffen und auf einmal waren die Millionäre, aber keiner hat's hinterfragt. Knights Homelander. Damals als Star Wars noch in die war die Welt noch in Ordnung. Schönes Sonntag! Ach du liebe Zeit. Der kleine Maxi! Gar nicht so leicht, einen schweren Metallhebel zu bewegen, wenn man doch nur schwache Kinderarme hat. Ich bin Vixi, ein Zwerg aus Holland. Es gibt auf einmal starke Frauen, das habe ich ja noch nie gehört. Werd niemals Everybody's Darling. Toller Applaus, tolle Leute, das wird greatartig.